Good morning, Merry Christmas, and that that's been interesting for me, as I respect all religions, but I won't go into that. I, you know, this is this is like my diary, so without getting too personal, and at the same time, I share, my thoughts, and uh, I'm going to tell you, I'm very disappointed in myself with my weight loss. Oh, there you see it in my face, but that's okay. I realize I have a lot of work to do. I recognize the progress that I've made emotionally, mentally, but I still have a lot of work because I still let things bother me. I was up in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep, which is unusual for me these days, but something kept running through my head and I couldn't let it go. Uh, so when that happens, you grapple with how do you deal with it because you have to get rid of it. You have to let it go somehow. And you either do a video diary, you splatter it on Facebook, you write it down and then burn it, or address it with the person. But sometimes you've addressed certain things over and over, and uh, it just is the way it is, and you just have to let it go, even though you're disappointed in the outcome. Uh, you have to ask yourself, go back to the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can't. So you have to ask yourself, was this something I could change? I tried to change it, I couldn't, it didn't work out, and it's you have to come to peace with that. If you never, I mean, I guess it will fade over time, but the sooner you come to grips with the fact that it's done, it's done. And that kind of led me to, self-doubt. When does the self-doubt go away? It never will, and that's a good thing because you question everything. The self-doubt, there's one of my purposes other than for this, other than to get things off my chest and just share, is as I'm helping myself, I want to help others. I don't want you to have to read all the books that I read. To watch all the videos, to do all the research to get the answers that I got if they'll help you. So you want to get to a point where you can do it faster. If you want to lose weight, you don't have to go to school to become a physical fitness trainer and to learn anatomy and all that, right? Uh, but sometimes you have to delve into it a little bit to get a little more information so you can figure out what you need to do and do it easier. Sometimes we tend to go to extremes and jump all into something. Uh, the mind has always been interesting to me because that's life. Why do we do what we do? Why do we think the way we do? Why do we feel the way we feel? Why do we let things affect us? And that's one of the reasons for me sharing what I share. So you can watch something, what I say, learn from my experience. What I put up a quote yesterday, the other day, you don't have, there's not enough life to make all the mistakes to learn all the lessons, learn from other people's mistakes or learn from their experiences. So self-doubt is kind of like other things that happen in life. They come up and you're like, you question it. I think the trick is not to dwell on it. Kind of like the serenity prayer. You got to figure out real quick, self-doubt. Did I do the right thing? Should I have tried harder? Do I need to do more? You need to get to where you can analyze that a lot quicker. Am I capable of doing this? And you have to have those anchors that, yes, God damn it, you are. And then you've got to get to where you don't have that self-doubt. But when you go on, you're going to have more self-doubt, right? So it just keeps going. It's just part of life. Some of us have it more than others. Remember, whatever I say is not absolute and definite for everybody because everybody's different. We know that, right? You're as unique as your fingerprint. Now, with self-doubt, sometimes you just have to do it. You just have to go forward. There's you got to get outside your comfort zone and blah blah blah. Yeah, to a degree. I mean, if you're that uncomfortable and you want to move forward, then you go to another set of questions. You go through a flow chart. And I'm going to put that in my book. I'm going to put together flow charts because for me it makes sense. It's easier. Do I feel this way? This is what I do. So if you're wanting to do something, I think one of the questions you have to ask yourself is, am I doing it for myself or am I doing it for someone else? And there's several different reasons for that. Am I doing it despite someone? Am I doing it to prove a point to someone? Now, some people gain motivation by when somebody says, "Oh, you can't do that." I I'm not really that type of person, but it has to be ultimately because you want to do it. So the next question is that does it improve my life? Is it going to make me a better person? Is it going to make me feel better? Is it going to make me look better? Is it going to make me smarter? Or am I just doing this just to prove a point? And the first question, am I doing it for me or am I doing it for someone else? And when I say that, it's not necessarily doing something for someone, but because of them. So a lot of times when I post things, I see stuff that people write, and a lot of times that's where I get my inspiration on Facebook. I see what people think and see, and I have my own opinion, and then I go share it. But if you I'm just saying, be aware that you're not doing things just to prove something to someone or because of someone. There's doing it for because you think someone else is going to like it if you do this, or you're doing it despite them. I think you get the picture without being too specific because everybody has different little situations that you're doing things for other people because you want uh, a pat on the back and we kind of have to get out of that. And that's where the art of selfishness comes in. To be selfish, to do things for yourself is important. But like everything else, that's why I have the yin yang. Not, I don't, I don't have a yin yang back there. I need to get a yin yang back there. Because everything's balanced. Sometimes you do it for yourself, sometimes you do it for others. It's balance, and you have to find. That's why there's that line. Sometimes there's more. Sometimes you do it less for other people. Sometimes you do it more for other people, and that's part of life. And you have to ask yourself again. See, I start thinking, well, that's not for everybody. No, it's not for everybody. The key, the question is what are your results? How are you feeling? Are you feeling accomplished and satisfied? And it's all about being aware of your thoughts and feelings. And you have to take time each day to sit down and weed through those. And you have to do it on a regular basis because it's part of life. Every day you get up, every day there's new challenges, every day there's old challenges, every day there's something. And it depends on what you want out of life and where you want to go and where you want to be. And And those are the things you need to go after. What do you want? I could go on and on, but I'm not. Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you guys later.